The big thing that we really have to keep in mind, the truth about all of this is that our relationship and our subconscious beliefs about money, wealth, and earning actually prevent us from making and keeping money. We do these things to ourselves. Some people would say it's like living with a golden spoon. Like, you have a job, you're getting paid, you should be grateful. Or I'm paying you a little more than minimum wage, so you should be grateful. It's a perfect example of hoarding money because you see it as sacred when it could be distributed right to the masses. We can't assign a number to that worth because we are infinitely worthy as human beings. So the other question I put in there is like, if you charge $100 a service and someone else charges 60, does that mean that they are less than you as a human being? It's a harmful habit, um, especially spending without thinking things through. All of that is just false reality, right? Okay, show me their profit and loss because I don't trust until I see that that they're successful. Just because they have an expensive machine to me means debt, and they charge a lot for services. Another belief that we're told is that money doesn't buy happiness and you should just be happy with what you have or what others are willing to give you. You should, gratitude, journaling even is like a lot about be grateful for what you have. And it sucks because if you live in scarcity, you're using this coping mechanism to get by. Like, they're not going to come back. Like, you're going to make space for new clients who want to pay your prices. And that's true, right? When we operate from a place of scarcity, what ends up happening is we rely on tips. Like, we're so used to this idea of like, I don't have enough, so I'm just going to hope that someone tips me. I'm going to hope that someone tips me. And then you get really kind of obsessive over the tipping and whether they tipped you enough and if you're going to make enough money based on your tips. You start cutting corners in your business, so you need to cut costs somewhere, right? We make rash decisions where money is promised, especially. So what is that number that you can't go below? So with pricing, we need to know energetic minimums. This is the minimum that you're willing to accept or that you're able to live with. And we're going to define it by different time frames. This is something I did with, I think it was the mid-year energetic recalibration course with holisticism. And you literally put a dollar number of what you want to see in your bank account every day. And you don't let it go below that number. And that has helped me personally with being in that scarcity mindset, just like knowing as long as I have that money there, I'm not hurting, right? Like, I have what I need. You're allowed to want more in exchange for your work. You need to know what's the maximum number of clients that you can see in any given time frame, because it doesn't help me to say I'm going to charge my customers $100 an hour because that's money sounds good to me. And when you apply it to your service, then depending on your service time, that could be your average service cost. If your service is 2 hours, then you double that. So that tends to be the best way of thinking of things. Are you going to add it on to so many clients? You have to have a plan for that there. And this may be that you want to do email marketing, so you need to pay monthly for that. It may be that you want to pay someone to do copy for you because you're not good at writing that out, what you would pay in transaction fees. And you want to add that in because it does eat into your profits. So now I know exactly how many people I need to get in, 576. Now I'm going to change some of these numbers just so you can see how this changes things up. But because I'm spending less time in service, I can lower the service price. Now, if my average service time is 0.5 and I do 0 cleanup because I'm doing waxing maybe, then my average service price is $32. $32 for every 30-minute service, right? Of course, these are my scenarios, so you can change the numbers here. So if you take the total services per year that you can do, divided by the number of visits per client per year, it will tell you how many clients you need to get. So let's say I have 576 services per year as my goal. So before overhead, 27,000, after overhead, about 10,000. So you can, let's say this is your minimum service price is you need to make $116 an hour.